Hey everyone. That's how I feel after a vacation. And vacation was, gosh, it was just over a week. And I feel like I need to breathe out and I need some relaxation time. That's it. I need a vacation from my vacation. That is how I feel. Um, I had an absolute awesome time in Indianapolis. And Indianapolis is one of my favorite cities. I used to live in Indianapolis. I feel like it has a lot going for it. It has a football team, they have a basketball team, an NBA team and an NFL team. It's not too big, it's not too small. Great architecture as in the buildings. I'm one who likes buildings shooting up from the ground, and they have all of that. I'm going to make sure that I put that online. And actually, my live for tonight has a lot to do with why those pictures aren't online yet. So I call this live after a vacation. Like I came on and it was all I can do to just exhale, inhale, exhale, because I'm so tired. And you have to make sure that you take time to reacclimate yourself to your life, your regular life, when you come back from vacation. And I didn't remember this being so difficult before I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. However, I was also younger then. So it could just be that I was younger and I didn't feel like I had to get back into a routine of things once I got back from vacation. Excuse me. I feel like I'm wanting to choke, and we're going to keep it at bay. So I wrote a couple of things or a few things down that you should really take into consideration after you go on vacation and you are living with and dealing with multiple sclerosis. Now, if you're dealing with a chronic illness, it could be the same for you. So you may want to pay attention to these things. And I say you have to reacclimate. Like I already said, you have to kind of, your mind has to be prepared for coming back home. And with me, coming back home means coming back to other people in the house, meaning that it's a little noisier than what it was when I was on vacation because it was really quiet when I was on vacation. I kind of enjoyed that a lot. So I have to reacclimate myself and I have to be prepared to be polite to the people that I live with. I can't be pushy. I can't expect them to be quiet because I had quiet for a little while. I have to get used to the way things are. I've been away from it for a little while, and I like the quiet. I like the peace and quiet. So that is something that you have to get your mind ready for. But remember to kind of prepare yourself as you're coming back. Prepare yourself for the fact that, hey, this is not vacation anymore. And it will help for them to be prepared and them to get ready. And it will help you to not expect the same things that you received when you were on vacation. Because I'm going to be honest, I believe just because I got back at midnight. So 6 hours later, I was ready for quiet. I was like, what? Can't we have some quiet? The house phone is ringing. People are calling my name. And I'm just like, I'm not used to that. So remember, you do have to get reacclimated. Um, the next thing that I think you should definitely do after you come back from vacation is be realistic. And it kind of goes with what I said about you have to get reacclimated. Well, you have to get reacclimated, but you also have to get your mind wrapped around where you're coming back to. So it was fine for me to go and fine for me to come back. I know that I am dealing with whoever is here, but I also have to realize that I'm dealing with the exact opposite weather. So even getting off of the plane, and people looked at me and they were like, well, you have fur around your collar, you have a scarf on. I came from Indianapolis to Charleston. And I'm not going to lie, it was a little chilly here in Charleston last night. It was 44 degrees. Somebody's not going to like me saying that, but it was 44 degrees. But still, you're coming back to Charleston with your fur around you and your it's faux fur and the um the scarf on. And although people are looking at that, but you also have to be realistic about how your body handles all of that. Because for a good week, it was cold in Indianapolis. The day I left, it was like 50 something. But the days I went outside, it felt like 11. It was 21 degrees. It was loved being there. But my body feels like it's going through this, like it just is trying to tell me, choose a side. Okay, choose a side. You want to be cold or you want to be hot. So you have to be realistic because your body is also going to react to that. I've been coughing a lot and I'm ready for whatever cold I might end up with. But be prepared to take care of that because you know that multiple sclerosis is going to react in a certain way if you get sick. If you end up with a temperature, MS is going to react in a certain way. You're going to have to make sure that you take in all the liquids you can take. You're going to make sure that you have to get under maybe not a fan, but somewhere where it is cooler. So be realistic about what your mind has to get wrapped around. The next one I said for after a vacation, rest. Like I said, I got back at midnight. No, my plane landed at midnight. So I didn't get back to the house until about 1. And then you have to wind down. And I was hungry because I had not eaten. And prior to that, I had eaten brunch. So about noon, 1 o'clock. So 12 hours later, I'm starving. So I have to get something little to eat. Just something that's just going to keep me from feeling like my stomach's going to growl all night. Like I said, got here at 1, heated up something to eat, ate it, sat on the bed, and I had to unwind. I don't think I got into the bed until 4. But let's be honest, when it comes to traveling and the fact that you have to, again, get your mind wrapped around your new routine or the same routine back to your routine at the house, I'm tired. And those of us who have multiple sclerosis know that to be fatigued anyway, I mean, we're always fatigued, but to add on to it, I'm tired because I went to bed late. I don't like sleeping the day away. I'm tired because I got in late. I'm tired because I've been traveling. So, under rest, I said, when you're fatigued, rest. Rest, close your eyes, take a nap, go to sleep, do what it is you have to do. Remember, this is part of self care. And right here, we're with MS and we're talking about Grace, Glamour, and Grit. And Miss Grace, Glamour, and Grit went on vacation. Now I'm back. And part of that grace is that I have to allow myself to rest. I cannot start fighting it because I'm like, well, I'm back and I need to get back into what I need to do. And I need to make sure that this gets done and that gets done. Give yourself some grace. We know we have the grit. We know we can get through a lot because we're strong, having to deal with the MS in and of itself. But give yourself some grace. You just got back. Put aside 1 or 2 days to rest. To rest. And sometimes that rest is just downtime. It's not hopping up. Oh, I need to get in the car. I need to go to the grocery store. I need to go ahead out and play with my nieces and nephews. And I need to make sure I drop the kids off at school. Rest. It will get done. You'll see. The next one is ease back into your routine. I kind of just talked about that with the rest. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. Things are going to get done regardless. And this is how I know they are, because they got done when I was gone. They got done when you were on vacation. So it will get done when you get back from vacation. But give yourself some grace and understand that you're trying to pace yourself coming back into the normalcy of being back home. Okay, process. Excuse me. I realized in being away that I had to process what impacted me emotionally and mentally. As in, just like I have to get reacclimated to being back, I have to process what took place when I was gone. I was with my sister. I'm not around my sister much. She lives in Indianapolis. I live 12 hours away from her. I was around my niece. I was with my boyfriend. What emotions came up while I was gone? What were things that I felt I was hurt mentally or I didn't deal with well? And how can I deal with it better? Not only how can I deal with it better, but how can I communicate it to the person that I'm thinking about? In the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done it this way. Let's be honest. Things that happen to our body, when our body goes through things, sometimes it's going through it because of what we're thinking about and how we're thinking about things and how we're holding on to things. And sometimes all we need to do is process it. I have watched myself go through so much pain. And yes, physical pain, sometimes mental pain, not being able to get out of bed because the depression that I've brought on holding things inside. We need to process things. We need to let it out. Talk to someone. I'm going to be honest. I schedule an appointment with my therapist after I go on vacation. I know that I'm going to have an appointment with her, whether that be whether that be the day after, immediately after, or a couple days within, because I need to process what happened on vacation and how I see it and how someone else was with me or talked to me or how I felt something go down. It went down this way, and she is really good at bringing me back to it wasn't as bad as you think it was. Or did you tell your sister how you felt about? Did you ask your boyfriend why things are this way instead of that way? And she helps me to process that. And that is less stress that I have to deal with or hold on to. So I definitely want to tell you all, you want to process whatever it is you went through when you were on vacation. And then last but not least, Journal about what you liked, about what you disliked, what you feel you missed, and if given the opportunity, what you would do again. I grabbed my journal when I woke up and I started writing a lot of stuff about the trip, about how I felt about my visits, about how much rest I got. I got so much rest, guys. And it was actually because the bed was firmer than mine. Now I'm realizing, oh, my bed is too soft. I need to get a firm bed because I slept like a baby there. But what were the things that I really loved doing? And can I enjoy it better when they have spring? I know we just hit spring. It's not spring there yet. But sometimes you just have to give yourself the same that same chance that you have when you're on vacation and you're getting rest and you're enjoying yourself and you're processing. When you get back, you deserve the same thing. You deserve the same thing. Otherwise, you're just always going to feel as though everything is just tense and you're holding everything back. And the only time you get to release all that stress is when you go on vacation again. It's not fair. It's not fair to your body. It's not fair to the MS. And it's not fair to you. So just take my advice here. We're going to make sure we get reacclimated, that we are realistic about coming back. We get the rest we need when we come back because we've traveled back. We've gone through all of that. We've struggled with emotions and mentally. Ease back into your life. So you're going to rest, then you're going to ease back into your life. And you're going to make sure you process whatever it is that you've gone through. And lastly, make sure that you journal. Sometimes people might think journaling is a lot. You could put bullet points down for journaling and just write as few things as you want to, write as much as you want to. But the nice thing about journaling is you'll be able to go back and look at it later on and be reminded of what was going on during that time. So I just wanted to jump on and say a few things to you all. Like I know, I've been saying fatigue has been bothering me. It has. So I'll be coming on here, there, and everywhere you'll see me around. But if you do catch me in a replay, or if you catch this one in a replay, just go ahead and hit hashtag replay, and I'll go ahead and make sure that I get some comments out to you guys. Take care.